Dude, so I don't know if you saw, but we went out and we went to the fan fest and we asked everyone what their temperature was.
Yeah.
I have to ask the doctor of HVAC science, aka you.
Yeah.
What is the right temperature to set it at to where you avoid the energy police, but you also aren't like sweating to...
Dude,
you know?
like this is such a personal question. I hate sleeping hot. Like that's a non-starter for me. So our typical would be if nobody's at the house, I'm gonna crank it up to like 78. If we're home, we're gonna have like a daytime set point of like 75, nighttime 72, right?
Got it.
And also, any Smart Talk listeners will know we talk all the time about humidity, but having a system that's dehumidifying as well as cooling is key to that comfort piece. So I think that's a pretty good balance, man.
Well, I shouldn't tell you then that I keep it at 69 whenever I go to sleep.
Hey, your energy bills are your problems, bro. It's not my problem.
That's true.
Hey, what's up, HVAC Nation? Kevin from SmartAC. You know, you're probably used to cleaning stuff. You clean your house, clean your car, but I wonder how many of you have ever cleaned your HVAC system? Well, today we're doing a special edition of Smart Talk. I'm joined by my colleague, Kyle. Welcome, Kyle.
How are you?
And we're gonna be doing a little thing called Smart Talk Reacts. So let's get into it.
Let's kick off the first one, shall we?
Let's go.
All right, let's
See what we're dealing with here. Oh my goodness. So this
Jeez
is
Louise.
a condenser that looks like it went to a sheep shearing party.
You're not supposed to put drapes over your condenser, by the way.
Yeah, like maybe they thought their condenser was cold and it needed a blanket, but
Jeez Louise.
that is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
It's like 36 snakes died and the skin just stayed there.
Yeah, like the real question is, how did they make it this long before they called somebody out there? Like that thing was starving.
So this is an example of what your condenser should not look like.
Yeah. You see those shiny metal fins that are underneath? Ideally, those are not under stuff. So
Yeah, that condenser has
wild.
emphysema.
Man. So
Okay.
what I want to know, Kyle, is what is all that stuff? Like, what did we just see come off that thing?
Oh man, well I'll give it my best shot, but I imagine it's a combination of dust, air, like bad particles, a mix of all in between.
I mean, there's got to be like some dogs in this equation. There's a fur-producing mammal somewhere in here. But yeah, that's now the record for craziest condenser I've ever seen.
My AC is not working. Yeah, you think?
Yeah,
I just can't breathe.
The good news is this is going to be like drastic before and after. Like we're going to go from like non-functional AC to super comfortable. So, all right. So we started off pretty strong. If filthy
gnarly.
is strong.
Yeah, pretty gnarly.
Let's see what we got for number
All right.
2 here.
Because, well, the system's cooling, but she says it's making a really loud noise.
Really loud noise.
Whoa.
Definitely is.
Yeah.
You think?
Whoa.
And this is a Linux unit right there.
All right.
Third and fourth number is the year, so it's a 2021 model.
Yeah. So we're not that old here.
Just got this panel off. I'm going to discharge the capacitor by holding a screwdriver and go terminal to terminal.
So I got a question for you.
Yo.
If the capacitor goes out, is that a telltale sign that like your actual unit is about to go out?
Well,
because
your
my
units-
capacitor went out and that was the technician's selling point to get me to do a new system. So
Well, no. So like if the capacitor goes out, your unit's not going to run. But like capacitors, depending on the brand, may only last 2 to 3 years. The
Right.
really super cheap import ones only last 2 to 3 years. So no, it doesn't necessarily mean your unit's bad.
you just replace it and then you're off.
Yeah,
and running.
exactly.
Okay. And it's the thing that looks like an empty beer can, right?
Pretty much, yeah. So far he has pulled off the condenser fan. He's pulled off the condenser grill.
Cool.
Wow, here we go.
We got more curtains.
I think we got a passionate lawn care professional here. Pretty dirty.
Whew, it looks like carpet.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it looks like my grandma's carpet I used to run on when I was a kid.
It looks like
Lord have
those
mercy.
old school outdoor mats. You know what I mean? Like the jute brown outdoor mats. Except you wouldn't put that on your air conditioner.
That's almost thicker than the width of the condenser.
Yes.
It is a single coil, so this thing's going to blow
Yeah,
right out.
Man, I don't
I
know if
imagine.
Shots Car is back, but like this dude is explaining the fundamentals. I like this.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Does he want to be on an episode of Beyond the Truck Roll?
I don't know.
That's the question.
That is a question.
We're just going to wash this little layer of dirt. Watch it.
Little layer of dirt is an understatement, my friend.
Yeah, that is a power washer. Has to
Yes.
We're just going to go all the way
Yep,
down.
we're looking way better.
be. Looking real good over here. Yep,
All right, so I just
someone else's
wash it
problem.
Down from the top to the bottom. Watch it from.
The old fin coil blast through. Yep, now we're going from the inside out. Nice.
Let's go.
Nice work, Shots Car.
Way to go, man. So when something is that heavy and that thick, it's obviously overworking.
Oh,
It's,
big time. Yeah, so
but
like
like what happens? So eventually does it just overwork and all of a sudden just like
Well,
you know?
it depends. Some of these systems have what are known as limit switches, and they'll actually trip out if pressure gets too high or too low.
Right.
Some of them don't, and they'll just literally sit there and grind along. And you can think about your capacitor like anything that does an energy exchange. It's going to pull outdoor air in, and it's going to transfer heat from the refrigerant to that air and then eject it out the top. But when we're that filthy, there's no outdoor air coming in. So like that thing can't do its job. You basically cannot reject heat, which means your AC doesn't work very well. We are set point of 72 and
it's showing
temperature
90.
of 90.
Wow.
So it's toasty.
Yeah, we're walking around in our boxers right now, figuring out what's going on.
I don't know what's up with these duct system. It looks like we've completely come off the Y there.
There we go.
AKA we are air conditioning the attic at this point. There's no air going to the house.
Oh, goodness.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so that's our whole vid. Like we found out that basically we're losing all our air to the attic and it's not going into the house. And guess what? When you do that, your house doesn't get very cool.
When your ducts aren't connected,
yeah,
there's no air.
when your ducts aren't ducting, we don't really have any air. So
God bless the guy that's living in 90 degrees right now.
yep.
Under the unit is the worst part of the install in HVAC. Change my mind. Well, change his mind, Kevin.
Yeah, under the unit. I don't know exactly where he is. It looks like maybe we got a unit that's suspended here from the ceiling. And I'm having a hard time from this video figuring out what he's actually working on. Is that a plenum? Maybe that's a plenum with some insulation popping out.
Yeah.
It looks like it. Oh, I think he's smoothing tape. I think he just retaped all of this insulation, possibly like at a joint, and he's smoothing it. Yeah. So this one may not be like a filthy, dirty AC, but that's not a fun place to work. Like he's got like 4 or 5 inches.
Yeah,
to get up
I'm
in
sure
there.
there's cockroaches under there somewhere he's laying on
There's-
top of, maybe splinters, nails.
Yeah, it's
you know.
probably hot. It's
Doing-
probably pretty sweaty.
He's doing like Twister to try and live under there.
Yeah, he's doing the
there you go.
contortionist thing. So.
What's the difference between having like a suspended unit and having to work underneath as opposed to not working above or whatever that is?
It depends on the part of the country you're in. So
Okay.
like in this case, I'm guessing he was in an attic, and I'm guessing the unit had been suspended
Sure.
from the rafters in the attic, which is a pretty common way to do an install. Other times they might be sitting right on the decking, depending on who your installer was and the codes in your area. It's like a pro con, man. Like in that dude's case, you could see he had a limited amount of space to get up under that plenum and to access a lot of those areas. Attics in general can just be inconvenient, right?
Sure.
They're like tight, and you got ducts running all over the place, and usually a lot of other stuff too.
Fiberglass everywhere.
Well, you got family Christmas decorations, and grandma's old walker, and all that's up in there. Which shout out to HVAC techs who clamber over that stuff literally every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, attics are hot and they're dirty and they're often cramped and contorted. So it's just all in a day's work for.
It's like the technician that did my new install. He's like,
Yeah.
watch out for all those nails. He's like, I know, don't worry, man. Like climbing over, it's like hitting him in the knee. He's like, don't
for
worry
real.
about it.
They're like
I'm
pros at it. Let's get into this last one here.
I have a feeling this is gonna be the best for last. Here we go.
Well, it's John the mold guy. So
Mold Man.
So,
Mr. Mold Man.
brand new air handler.
Hidden mold.
So right now we're in the attic, and John's got the access cover
We also have internally lined duct.
off our. Oh boy, yeah. So that looks like a return plenum, and it's filthy.
Well, we did see what looked like powdered sugar was blown everywhere
Dude.
inside of there.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of gross, and it's even more worrisome if that's your house, because all that black mold is not a good thing.
By the way, do you have powdered sugar in your French toast?
I'm not a French toast fan. Period.
Okay, well, I'm done.
Yeah. like sweet, if you could have French toast or if you could have eggs and bacon, what are you going with?
Usually all three of those.
Okay, well, see,
I mean, that's what the waitress at Denny's always gives me.
some
right?
people just want it all. That's fine.
Yeah, shout out to
Yeah.
Denny's.
Oh, so okay, I'm picking up here what's going on. Looks like they just bought a brand new unit, but they attached it to existing old ductwork. So effectively, these folks plunked down a bill that was multiple thousands of dollars, and they connected it to a moldy old duct system.
Can't imagine what the ducts look like inside.
Dude, not cool. Yeah, well, you don't have to imagine. They look like powdered sugar.
Yeah, it's like
So,
snowboarding all the way down
yeah.
the duct.
So yeah, I would not be happy.
Take the money and they go home.
Well, I can tell you John doesn't look happy either.
No.
Because it holds and absorbs moisture.
Yeah.
So if the system,
Because what we basically have going now is a new system circulating mold around the house. So
Perfect.
really bad situation. What John's basically saying is if something is not done right with the system, most commonly oversizing, we could actually have a situation where we're blowing water off the coil onto the ductwork. And in the case of that internally lined ductwork, what basically happening is that insulation layer is soaking up all that water. So now we have a wet fabric substance in a dark, cold environment. And what do you think loves that?
Mold.
Mold. So that's what we got. We got like a perfect little mold breeding colony.
For those that don't know, what's a plenum?
A plenum is just a simple word for basically like the sections of the ductwork immediately before and after the HVAC system.
Got it.
You can kind of think about them as like the beginning and the end of the ductwork. So they adapt, for lack of a better word, they adapt where the duct system meets the unit. All right, John the mold guy, saving another household. Way to go, John.
That's why it's important to get the right HVAC contractor, right?
That's it. All right, it's thread time. So we're jumping into Reddit here. And the title of this thread is House Can't Get Below 76 Degrees. What are we working with here, Kyle? What are they saying?
We have an old 1925 home with so-so insulation, Kevin. Old Goodman unit with R12. Replaced the air filter with a MER 5 last month. Coil on the outside looks decently clean. 11-degree difference, all right, between the supply and intake. It kept running at 76, so I see it to 77, and it's been running constantly like before. It was 100 degrees today. Our upstairs attic room has a window AC, and the difference between the intake and supply vent is 20 to 25 degrees. What in the world does all that mean?
Yeah, so basically we've got a very old home, which means it's likely not the greatest insulated and maybe a little drafty. We've got an old AC unit, central air system, in this home, and they are only seeing what's known as an 11-degree temperature split. That is the difference between the supply and the return. So he's got a gun and he's measuring at the return and he's measuring at the supply, and we can see the thermostat here is showing a space temp of 77, maybe a set point, I'm not sure. Shout out to the super decorative light switch cover below the thermostat though, that's cool.
Yeah,
also shout out to the, dog's nose.
Yeah.
We got our helpful canine friend.
Is the dog's nose 59 degrees or is that 59 degrees?
So like the short answer here is no, like an 11-degree temp split between the supply and the return is not great. However, given the age of this home, given that it's 100 degrees outside, and given that this is a super old unit that probably has seen a fair amount of degradation, I'm not terribly surprised. On a new unit with a good duct distribution system and a properly insulated, nice tight building envelope, just meaning house, yeah, we would be looking for closer to a 20-degree split. But we got an old unit. We got maybe not the best maintained unit in an old, drafty, leaky house on a super hot day. So unfortunately, he's going to be dealing with not the best performance. So
is it not uncommon to have a wooden vent like that? I've only seen stuff like that on the floor.
Yeah, I've seen them on the floor a lot too. Yeah, and like from what that temperature was, that looked like it was a return, which is actually super weird.
Let's take another look.
Yeah,
there we go.
It looks like the 71 would be the return, not the supply. And it almost looks like that's in the wall. So
Is
I don't
that
know,
a
man.
shoe? It looks like maybe it is on the floor.
I don't know. This is a 1925 home, so it's hard to know exactly what's
going on.
going
It's either a shoe
on.
or decorative painting to go with the decorative light fixture.
Yeah, could be.
Who knows?
In either case, Mr. Renter, I think that I would talk to your landlord, who is cool, and say, hey, when's the last time you had a tune-up on this system? And can we maybe get somebody out here to look at this? Because, 76 to 77, that's uncomfortably warm. I'm glad the upstairs has a window unit, but like at 76 to 77, you're pretty toasty. I don't know about you. I ain't sleep. I don't want to
Especially if
sleep.
it's 100 degrees outside.
I don't want to sleep at 77.
You're destined to sweat.
Lost Thought In says it's time to work on insulation, air leaks, and shade trees. You're not wrong.
Yeah, I see people cut all their mature trees down next to their house. I've had neighbors cut down trees that take away shade on my house. People don't realize how much trees help with their electric bill.
It's true. It's true. I'm a big pro tree, man.
Start growing some trees.
Yeah. Shade is good.
More this guy. More trees, please.
Would you say that she can't take much more of this? Nicely done, R Bouge 00. Nicely done.
Yep. Mine is literally oversized for the house, and it can't keep it under 78 degrees. And it's 97 outside with 107 real fuel temp.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Not great either, buddy.
I'm going to drink ice water for you.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like 100-degree days, those are extremes. Depending on where you are, you might be outside of what that system was designed to handle. But even then, being that old of a house and that old of a system, I'm guessing there's a little bit of improvement we could bring. So
All right, let's read one more comment.
oldie but a goodie.
If the house is old, I'm sure it's not just the AC.
Yeah.
My house was the same way. We replaced all the windows for new ones, and now it has no problems cooling, whereas before it struggles to get below 80.
That's back to the whole building envelope, the leaky building envelope. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're taking heat out if more heat's coming in.
So trees, new windows, make sure your house is
Trees,
in order.
insulation, wet weather stripping, AC tune-up. Yeah, it's really a holistic package is what we're prescribing here.
Yeah, get
you know?
your stuff together out there.
Yeah.
All right, well, this was fun, man.
This was
Thanks
fun.
for having me on.
Hey, audience, hope you enjoyed this special edition Smart Talk. We would love to hear what you guys think about this. Drop us some comments. If you got some horror stories of your own or maybe some adventures in dirty HVAC land, let us know. And you know what? If it's interesting enough, we might just talk about it on a future episode. But thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Adios, everybody.